WGC 2026 here in Calgary, Canada.
Did you miss it? Don't worry, we got it covered. It's been a few amazing days here in Calgary. People from 88 countries, 1,900 people even, and some of them I met for the first time in real life. That's so much fun.
So much fun indeed. I have gotten so much energy out of these few days, and let's take a look at some of the highlights from the keynote speakers.
For many years, our industry has operated in a limited market. We competed for a small share of this opportunity. Today, the opportunity is vastly larger. We are not competing for a larger slice of the pie anymore. We are working together to make the pie bigger for everyone. And no single company will win this transformation alone. Because the time for potential is over, now is the time to deliver.
At the Bezos Earth Fund, we focus on where catalytic capital via grant funding can help accelerate solutions that are high impact, under-supported, and too important for society to ignore. From that vantage point, geothermal is one of the most compelling opportunities in the global energy landscape. The reason is simple. The heat is there, it's beneath all our feet around the globe. The Earth's interior contains extraordinary energy. The constraint has never been the resource itself.
This is the largest clean energy IPO ever. And so I think the fact that that title lives with a geothermal company is something that we can all be proud of. It's super exciting. So we were able to raise over $2 billion of new capital to help accelerate our project development pipeline. But what I want this room to hear is that that outcome isn't just about Fervo. It's really a signal to the entire capital markets community that geothermal is an investable asset class today. I can tell you from my time on the IPO roadshow, after meeting with literally hundreds of the world's most successful institutional investors, that the Fervo story was clicking. People understand that geothermal can uniquely meet this moment. We can firm up the grid, we can rapidly respond to AI data center demand, and we can do it while protecting the climate at the same time. And so this IPO demonstrates a viable pathway for earlier stage companies, and it proves that investors want to see more geothermal deployed. That matters to all of us who are here today. In the early 2000s, natural gas prices spiked to over $7 per MMBTU. That elevated price window only lasted a couple of years, but it was long enough to give the shale industry the headroom to drill enough wells, accumulate enough learning, drive down costs far enough that when the time prices collapsed to under $2, the industry had already crossed the threshold to survive the reset. And that's what our industry faces today. The premium that the market is paying for what we offer is real, and it's an opportunity to build projects, accumulate learnings, and drive down the learning curve to the point where geothermal is competitive on its own merits under any market conditions. So we have to take advantage of it now.
I really liked what he said there about the window of opportunity, that it's now, and how he compared it to the shale revolution. And it's up to us in the industry to grasp it. We've been walking around the hallways and booths here to talk to people and ask them about their takeaways from the conference.
Exactly. And we also dove into their hopes for the future as well as reflections of the past.
So today is Wednesday, the 10th of June, and so far we've had, of course, a phenomenal icebreaker on Sunday, which was really well attended. And then The highlight on the Monday morning was, of course, the opening ceremony with a fantastic drumming and First Nation singing, and that sort of blew the audience away. And I could really feel the vibes sort of setting in the right way. But I think the highlight of the opening ceremony was the framing by the Premier of Alberta, who really elevated the message that geothermal has landed. And I think that sort of resonated throughout the 3 days that we are now in, because I feel the same type of messaging is being heard, is being deployed, but it's also being, let's say, actively also almost debated, because we have here, of course, scientists who are presenting their papers, and hence the R&D community is coming together. But on top of that, this whole layer of communication, how do we attract our financiers into geothermal, public policy and regulatory frameworks are being discussed. So the highlight maybe of the overall consensus that I feel is that we are building the market.
One of the big indicators, and this is something that Eavor is exceptionally proud of, that shows that geothermal is starting to become recognized around the world, is Time recently announced the global top 100 clean tech companies around the world, globally. And Eavor, I'm very, very pleased to say, was number 2. So for a locally grown, Calgary-based startup geothermal company to be recognized in a scope that places us number 2 in the world shows not only that geothermal is expanding, but there's a recognition of closed-loop geothermal as an alternative to existing geothermal systems.
The most interesting for me in this conference has been New Zealand, and they are the one, like pioneers, drilling near to a superheated rock, 400C, and we're hoping to help them with our tool for 400C.
I think the most interesting thing that's happened is the advancement of enhanced geothermal system. I think what it's done is really taken the industry away from just pure exploration to more of a farming of the heat, right? So in this way, it really de-risks the industry and will allow greater potential for energy production from the subsurface. I think my favorite moment of the conference, it's really been the collaboration between both private industry and governments, and the willingness of industry and government to partner together, and within private industry for those organizations to share information, and it's really to develop geothermal resources in the most effective and efficient way. And it's just nice to see that collaboration.
So we had a very successful day yesterday with interesting events related to the investment space, the regulatory framework, all the enabling factors that we need to enhance a little bit. And we had an interesting roundtable on investments in geothermal yesterday. And my key takeaway from that 2-hour-long conversation was that we need to frame better how investors can perceive the risk in investing in geothermal and the value of doing so despite the risk. So that's kind of what we really want to take from the conference with the right partners that we've been engaging with here, and try to frame that together. I would love to see direct use more widespread throughout the globe, using every single degree of geothermal resources for all kinds of use: energy to food, agriculture, district heating, cooling, what have you. Because the most important energy source is usually close to home.
First, I am a Kenyan. Secondly, it is exciting that it's coming to Africa. And I happen to come from KenGen. KenGen is known as a leader in matters geothermal within Africa. And we are number 6 in the space of geothermal worldwide. So what we would love to be seeing is, the kind of brains that Africa is made of on matters geothermal space, the innovation nature that people have, and we're looking forward to the world coming to tap on that expertise within Africa.
Thank you to all of our interviewees for sharing your great reflections, and special thanks to IGA, of course, for organizing this amazing conference and for working together with us on this episode.
Yes, and we can't wait until Kenya 2029. Until next episode, stay curious, Stay energized.
And stay connected.